Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 22 of the JJS show.
New opening.
New opening, new episode. Let's get into it. We had a little break last week because recap episode. All right, not gonna do an episode with this recap episode. We're already caught up with the fashion guide. There's no reason to do it.
All right.
So we're just gonna continue with the series.
Sure.
All right. Last episode, made some comments. All right. People in the comments saying,
What?
Jono used his powers to give life to Bruno. Yes. That's the explanation that we get. Alright? But does it make sense? And do I accept it? No. And you'll find out why later.
Alright.
Alright? So people in the comments, calm down, alright? I know what happens. Try not to spoil it for people who haven't seen it. Alright?
Yeah.
Try not to spoil it. Just calm down. Okay?
Alright.
Alright. Let's just get into the episode. We're riding down the canals of Venice. Alright? The elite guard are coming after us. Alright?
New dudes.
You've angered the boss. Alright? The elite squad's coming.
Where's
Alright?
Risotto at, by the way?
He's coming.
Alright.
Alright? You saw him in the opening. Alright?
Yep.
A little bit. But the Sex Pistols are hungry. They need to be fed.
They do, so they're going on a break.
The crew decides to refuel.
Yeah, what do we think about this opening?
New opening. Got some notes here. Song is good, just not as good as Finding Gold. Alright?
It's not as good as Fighting Gold.
It's a good
Disappointed.
song. But it's got a lot of layers. It's non-stop. It's a good song. You have to listen to it a couple times. Same with Finding Gold. You have to listen to it a couple times. To hear everything that's going on. I listened to it about 10 times. It's a good opening. It's better than Finding Gold? No.
Not much beats Fighting Gold, though, Christian.
Finding Gold, great opening. Now the visuals. You get to see a recap of the whole season.
Yep.
And then we get a little new stuff.
Some
Get to see
spoilers.
Twitch's
Stan.
Stan.
Oh, okay. What's up with Jojo and the Arrow?
Now, you don't know what's going on with this season. What do you think happens in this season based on this opening? Did you notice also a new ending?
Yes, I did see the new ending. And apparently,
What?
Gold Experience is the god of the verse.
Well,
So, will we see Jono evolve?
how do you think he does that, Eric?
Well, with the arrow, of course.
Oh. So the
He almost
opening,
turned Super Saiyan with the arrow in the opening, Christian.
he did glow gold, alright?
Alright.
Lots of holy imagery,
Yeah.
alright? The statues of the angels. Putting his fist up to the heavens.
Sure.
Heaps of visual details in the opening, and if you know what happens, they complete spoilers.
Christian, I would be honest, I don't like this opening.
You don't like it.
No.
Why don't you like it?
It's not coherent.
It's not coherent. Why is it
There's
incoherent?
it doesn't feel like there's really a coherent visual appeal going on here.
Why?
Just a bunch of stuff put together.
So, same
Fighting
with Fighting
Gold
Gold.
flows together nicely. This is just seems like segments slapped together.
No, what do I have to say about that?
I don't know, whatever, Christian, it's a new opening.
They're spoilers, alright? It's all spoilers. I can't really comment.
Yeah, but I'm talking
About
about,
that.
I'm talking about the shot choice, I'm talking about the
No, it all flows together. You
the-
just
the
don't know what's
show.
going on.
No, but we'll move on.
No, it does. Because, like,
Well, the line of action keeps on changing every shot, so no.
no, it transitions.
No.
I watched it 10 times. You watched it once. Now, you're not paying attention, alright? You won't pay attention. Go back and rewatch
Do you want
it.
to talk about the weird visual style in this new episode? Do we have new people on board? What's going on?
What do you mean by the visual style?
It's different. It's off, Christian. It's different. It's someone else doing it. Characters are slightly... What would I describe them? Slightly taller in the face. Slightly elongated at points. And then you have shading that isn't really JoJo Part 5. And then you have an animation style that we haven't seen in JoJo Part 5 before. Especially when Aracha's going crazy with the tongue. and especially the two Candy Boys. There's a different style going on here. There's someone new on board. Perhaps someone new handling certain scenes.
Well, you could say this is the beginning of the news part.
Yes.
Like, kind of. New.
But there's someone new on board. That I can guarantee that.
Maybe they changed the director.
Exactly straight away.
Maybe they changed the director.
Maybe.
Would you say it's bad? No?
I wouldn't say it's bad. It's different. It's a little bit jarring when you see it the first time, but
Didn't see it.
Yeah.
Didn't see it. I don't know. What do you mean by the animation style with the two guys?
it's just how everything's shaded is different. There's actually like, it's not just black. It's not just hard black. We got detail with transparent shadows on their faces, which is not really the style of Part 5. And then we got different animation styles in Naracha when he's actually like moving. Someone else is doing that clearly.
Okay. All inside baseball, right?
Yeah.
Inside baseball.
You noticed it straight away. Well, I did anyway. It's like someone new's here for certain scenes.
Someone new's on board.
Also, when Giorno has that little moment, you know how they usually like nutting or whatever.
Yeah.
Different background, different way of doing that.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
There's some new stuff going on.
It's basically part 2 of this season.
Yeah.
So they probably got a new director or a new guy in, so we'll see. All right. So the gang's eating. They're having a good time. They're roasting vegetarians.
Yes.
Like, how's it work? They
It's
can't wear
stupid.
leather. What the fuck's with that? You might get some health benefits, but it's not worth it because of the fashion sacrifice.
100%.
All right? Hey, you can't wear leather. You can't wear leather shoes. Can't have a leather handbag. What's the point?
Indeed.
You're gonna get led into a restaurant looking like a bum. Alright? They can't do it. Can't do it anymore.
Very Italian.
Alright? Can't do it. Some guy bumps into Naracha and spills wine on himself.
They beat the shit out of him.
Alright?
Hilarious.
The gang beats the shit out of this. They think he's an enemy. Alright? We get a little...
I like this little setup where like Abacho's like, what's going on? What are they doing? And then he joins in.
And he's like, nah, it's not an enemy.
Comedy right there.
Great comedy in this. That's a very funny gag. Alright? Great comedy this episode. Alright. How is Naracha gonna pay for this suit? There's a little wine stain on it, ignoring all the blood everywhere.
Yes.
That's the funny part.
Good part.
That's why it's funny. Alright? They need to find out who the boss is so they can assassinate him. It would be foolish to attack him directly. He's too strong. He's too strong. They can't attack him directly. They need information.
Well, what are they gonna find out his name and then be like, we can beat
his
him?
name, what he looks like, then they can assassinate him.
Alright.
Snipe him out,
We'll see if that happens.
Come up with a plan. Instead of going directly after him.
Alright.
Getting fucked up. So that's their plan. They need information. Naracha doesn't want to involve Trish. He thinks she's not up to the task, alright?
But
no. Trish comes out of the turtle, gives us
strong-willed Christian.
her will, alright? She's ready to find out.
Yeah.
Who she is, where she's come from, alright? She wants to know. They're impressed, alright? They like this, alright? Now, she knows where the boss is from. An island called Sardinia. Alright, off the coast of Italy.
Yep.
A little nice island, alright? This is where the boss grew up. They have to go there, find out information. They're gonna find out who he is. Alright? That's the plan. Naracha is drinking his soup.
With his spoon.
Suspenseful scene. What's going on with the spoon? Where's the spoon? What's going on? He gets attacked by a shark, rips his tongue off.
Yeah.
Can no longer speak. The gang gets shocked, but Naracha can't tell them what's going on. The shark can travel between waters. Right, that's what he does. Jojo comes over to help Naracha and pulls the old Pulp Fiction. Jabs a pen into his neck so he can breathe.
Beautiful.
Alright? Jojo, medical expert.
Jojo has all the knowledge. All the knowledge.
Medical expert. Fixes Naracha's tongue, and then we get to see the two gay boys.
Candy Boys, Christian.
Alright? Ginzano and Squallow. I think it's Squallow.
Yep. One's got a piranha. One has ability.
Speech ability. Classic trope speech ability.
Yep.
Alright?
A little bit more than speech as well.
A little bit more. A little tongue action, alright? A little bit of tongue
Also, he
action.
can control like his arms as points as well.
Yeah, a little bit strange.
Yeah.
Alright, strange how this stand works. But they are part of the elite squad. Alright? These two boys.
Yeah.
Right? Next. Naracha is trying to say, it's saying the opposite of what's going on. It's funny, you know, because what's going on, Nani? You know, Mr. getting pissed off. What are you trying to say? You know.
Can't he just get a pen, Christian?
I think that actually happens later on. He writes the wrong shit. So.
Yeah.
It's complete fuck over.
Now, Jono figures this out eventually after a bunch of shenanigans.
Sure, we get shenanigans. They eventually end up in the bathroom.
Yeah.
You know, Naracha starts bleeding. He shoots the pipe.
Burns himself, cauterizes the room.
himself, but the pipe bursts. Because Naracha's dumb.
Yeah,
And,
Naracha's pretty dumb.
Jono gets attacked by the shark.
Well, the piranha, but yeah. Bites him in the neck. Oh no, Jono's dead.
Is it a piranha or a shark?
I think it's piranha.
But it's got a shark fin.
Piranhas got shark fins.
Do they?
Yeah.
Like a fucking...
It's not exactly
It's
like
a dorsal.
shark fin.
It's a dorsal fin though. So it's a shark.
It's like
It's like a mini shark.
whatever.
The mini shark.
Sure.
Right. Rips Jono's
Well,
throat
the
out.
shark can be any size, Christian, apparently.
Depends on the body of water. Alright?
Yes.
End of the episode. New ending. Jono's a golden god.
Not a bad ending. Not as good.
Not as good, you reckon?
The song's not as good. The visuals.
The
are
song
probably
is
better.
not as sexual.
That's right.
Alright?
Now, Christian, why can't Mr. see this shark in the body of water?
Keeps on teleporting.
Alright. I guess.
You saw it. In the episode.
I mean, good suspense this episode, but was it dragged out a little bit too long, perhaps?
Now, this fight, so frustrating in the manga. As you could probably imagine.
Yes.
So many panels of Naracha saying something, then thinking about what he was supposed to say, then people reacting, then Naracha. It's so frustrating to read.
No, Jojo figured it out, but I guess Jojo's out of the picture for a little bit. So the gang has to figure it out.
Yeah.
On next week's
So
episode.
this is a reset of the pace.
Yeah.
We just had the boss fight. You can't have the King Crimson hype.
But I want it.
You can't have it.
But I want it.
You have to wait till the end to get the full King Crimson hype.
Before what?
Alright? You get to see it in the opening a little bit.
Yes.
Alright? So there's your weekly dose of King Crimson hype.
He did scream King Crispin, though.
He did it.
Like
I'm
Christian
disappointed.
predicted.
He'll probably do it at the end.
Okay.
So, there you go. New episode, new opening, new ending.
Not a bad episode.
We're in the second half.
3.5 out of 5, I'd say, Christian.
3.5 out of 5? I agree. This fight is frustrating.
Okay.
For the reasons I've already said.
Hopefully they spruce it up a little bit.
Well, I think we're almost done with it. It's not that long. It's just fucking frustrating because of the speech
Yeah,
shit.
the episode was a little bit frustrating as a whole. Just getting through it.
I mean, great comedy.
Good comedy.
Great comedy. Made it entertaining to watch. Good times. Yeah, 3.5 out of 10. Pretty good episode.
Oh.
Alright. Now, Fashion God.
Where is my mouse, Christian?
It's over there. It's coming round. Fashion God. We're getting deep.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. We got Jotaro versus this man.
40 what?
43. 22 versus 43. Now, what do we think? 22. Swag King.
Jotaro's Jotaro, Christian. What else needs to be said?
Alright.
Now, the newcomer, again, Christian, I can't see the entire outfit.
Well, would it be a spoiler if I showed you the whole thing?
Oh, his legs are a spoiler, are they?
I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
I'm not going to say that. Alright? So,
You know how I feel about Sky Blue, Christian.
you don't like Sky Blue.
Not necessarily a fan of Sky Blue.
What do we think of the full attire of this man?
Well, he's a horseman, clearly.
Sure.
Got a nice little horse on his hat. He's got a nice little
Shoe
horseshoe.
on his head. Got a serious gleam. Wearing that blue lipstick.
Blue lipstick, ice blue fingernail paint.
Yeah. What do you think about this man?
The purple's lavender. It all works, Christian.
It all works, but you're not hardcore.
Should the hair color be a little bit more saturated to stand out? Because right now, it all just kind of mixes together. There's no real standout color or thing I'm drawn to by number 41.
Would you say the hand is the drawing point?
Sure, but is it we have some kind of magical ability going on here,
Sure.
but it all just kind of melds together in the
Okay.
in the composition, Christian,
All right.
and in the shot.
Not impressed by 43.
Not necessarily
impressed.
impressed by 43.
It's a little too. It's a little too pastel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Little too.
Like I
not
said, everything
vibrant
just
enough.
kind of washes
Yeah.
into each other.
Yeah. But on the other hand, 22. What were they?
I mean, we commented on the green being far too
Too saturated.
extreme
Yeah.
when we talked about it. But look at his man. Look at those pants.
Look at the
Look
jacket.
at the jacket. Look at the gold. I see, Christian, this is a very, very bright,
Interesting design.
interesting design. The white mixes it up.
Yep.
So you're not. So there's something to look at. It
Yeah.
breaks up the composition of the white, Christian.
Yeah.
Breaks up the design.
Purple and gold works very
Purple
well.
and gold, and the white cuts it in the middle,
Yep.
giving it a little bit of space to breathe. Number 43
No space.
mixes even the skin color mixes with the hair color.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of pastel-y version of the purple and the
Okay.
blues.
All right.
So I'd have to give it to the Jotaro.
22 moves on to the next round.
All right.
All right.
Question corner.
Question corner. Return the Slab returns. With the episode, Brutal Brutality has become my favorite JoJo character that isn't a JoJo or Dio. Kim Crimson not having a radius on his effects means every time he uses it, Jotaro and everyone else knows about the stand. Which is, is that fact? Yeah, I guess that's factual. Probably thinks they're being targeted by Amity Stand. I seriously can't believe Bruto is never addressed. That's insane. Well, as I said last week, it's not never addressed. It's just the same shit we got this week.
Right.
And I don't want to spoil anything. And I'm stuck in this position.
Okay.
You'll see. That's all I have to say.
You'll see.
You'll see. Alright? Alright. And Fugo is out of the adventure. Alright? He can't handle the bizarre adventure. The question. I feel like I'm missing something with Kim Crimson. While broken, feels like an objectively worse version of the world. When Dira stops time, everyone is completely helpless. When King Crimson moves forward in time, he can see what people are going to do and counter them. But people can still try to counter him by planning ahead like Bruno did to escape the basement. If that was the world stopping time, Bruno never would have had the chance to escape. What am I missing?
I guess King Crimson has the luxury of making mistakes.
He pretty much can undo his mistakes.
Yeah.
Like, there's also another ability that you haven't seen yet
Okay.
that makes it even more broken.
Sure.
It's kind of like a side ability that kind of
Helps him out.
helps him out massively. And we'll get to see it. So don't worry about Kim Crimson. He'll definitely show you why he's broken.
Okay.
He's definitely broken. Is it worse than the world? It's better than the world. You know why it's better than the world? Do you know why?
Why?
Because you could say the same thing about the world. Make it so the situation where he can't escape regardless, or whatever. Alright? You can say the same. Plan ahead, so when he stops time, you have multiple things going on. He can't stop it again in a certain amount of cooldown time. You could say the same thing.
Okay.
But King Crimson has the luxury of erasing events out of existence. So that's why he's more broken.
Big luxury.
That's a big luxury.
That's a big luxury.
Alright?
And when you're fighting Joestars, when you're fighting
Brutality.
you need to reset the clock.
Erase events from
Yes.
from
Because they're crafty,
existence.
Christian.
Very crafty.
They know a lot about medicine. They know a lot about animals.
Alright. From Jacko B. Dragon. Does King Crimson really have no radius of effect? I don't buy the ability works in the whole world, as a lot of people would notice a time skip. If it doesn't work on the entire universe, it even makes less sense.
It's getting confusing.
Because how do you erase time in a bubble of time? Time is a constant. It has to erase all time. Alright? It can't just be a radius.
Why are people saying that people
Doesn't make any sense.
people would like why are people saying like Jotaro would notice or like Jotaro would know or like Dio would know? Does the world allow
The world
you...
skips. It's like skipping the tape on like the fucking universe.
Yeah, I know, but like would
You would be confused every time it happens. As Bruno is. You'd be like, what? It'd be like you went.
Yeah.
You'd be like you passed out for like a
I
second.
guess. But it happens to Naracha. And and Mister.
There's no radius on it. It's
So
all
the
universe
radius
time.
have to be pretty big if there is.
Now this kind of thing happens again in another part,
Yeah.
and it shows like the world's reaction to it.
Okay.
So like, there's no limit on this.
Okay.
So it's broken. All right, get ready for Jono's brokenness, as hinted at in the opening.
In the opening, Krish is promising the hype.
All right. I mean, the prediction that he becomes a god isn't necessarily untrue. You know.
Wow. All Joe stars become gods.
All right. That's the end of the JoJo show this week. Good episode. Good questions. Good fashion god. All right. Next week, more of these shenanigans with these two boys.
It's weird, right? We fought the boss. We have big boys coming up. And now we got some side goons, you know? Where's Risotto? Where's the boss?
It's going to ramp up. After this fight's frustrating a little bit. After this,
Araki resetting the pace a little bit.
it's resetting the pace. After this, it's all hype.
Alright.
All right. Get ready for it.
Shanks the God King.
Here's the good key.